Well, here we are. This is the third day out on the trip to Daytona. I left Fort Stockton this morning, probably about 6 a.m. Got about 20 miles out of town and realized that perhaps I'd better turn back and get some fuel. At that point, fueled the bike and then came back out on the road. Headed down I-10 eastbound. See, we're coming up to a rest area. Terrain kind of still flat. There's some hill and mesa formations out to the distance, but pretty much we're leaving the West Texas desert behind, approaching Ozona, Texas, and stop off at this rest area. Still kind of getting used to being on the road. This is the first what I consider to be my first full day on the road. This morning, waking up in Fort Stockton with this evening's destination, Houston, represents a good 500-mile run. Soon to find out, though, that from the standpoint of stamina and getting used to being on the bike itself, optimum distances of 300 miles, 360 miles a day seem to be ideal. At any rate, here we are. We're getting ready to get back out on the road, putting the same gloves on that I took off. I just needed to check something about the bike. Looking in my rearview mirror, I can see the top corners of both ramps. That's a quick way to know that everything's okay behind you. And there we go, back out onto the highway. Again, this is a rest area on I-10 East in Texas, just west of Ozona, Texas. You can Google Ozona, Texas, and see what's around there. One thing you'll find near Ozona is a gas station that I should have stopped at, but I decided I'm going to press onward. Pretty chilly, cloud cover coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, even though we're just approaching Ozona, Texas. Ozona being about, I guess, 2 hours or so, maybe 100 miles out from San Antonio. I'll make it almost as far as Kerrville on this day, or on this morning, before I run out of gas and have to call for that $47 a gallon gasoline that they bring out to you. I'm sure some of that goes to the record. But here we are approaching Ozona, Texas. Again, you can see that the terrain is drastically, well, quite drastically compared to what it's been, changing from the plains and flatlands, distant mountains of West Texas to the more hilly and interesting, as far as I'm concerned, landscape. Sure, it breaks up the road on these long miles. This is an 800-mile stretch of highway, basically, from El Paso, Texas to Beaumont, Texas, before hitting Louisiana. So I'll be looking at Houston this evening, and much needed rest on the third day out towards Daytona Beach. Be talking to you more and telling you more about the rides as I take them. Come on, let's ride!